Right, hello folks. I'm Drenduh Tyrof, and today I'm going to be reading some Codex entries in Doom Eternal. But I'm not alone. Today I'm joined by...
JDN's cool, also known as Jake.
Yep. And today we're going to read some Doom Eternal stuff and talk about that. So, first of all, Jake, how have you been finding Doom Eternal? What are your thoughts on the game so far?
It's pretty fun, pretty fun.
Yeah.
I'm really enjoying it.
Mm.
The campaign was pretty cool. I liked how they focused more on story,
Mm.
both in the actual game and the lore.
Yeah. Like, I think I remember you mentioning one time that you'd like for the story to give the Slayer more of an active role in Doom Eternal.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good thing it's delivered on that then. Have you tried battle mode yet?
I don't think I can be heard on stream.
Oh, hold on. Let me try that again. Okay, well, desktop audio says it's unmuted on you, so let me try unmuting desktop audio 2 as well. Okay, try saying something.
Hello?
Right, okay, that should have...
Yep, there we go. I can hear myself now.
Okay, yeah. It,
Yep,
Right,
yep, it's
okay,
good.
I got it now. Because I've got two settings things. The desktop audio 1 and the desktop audio 2. And I think the Discord sound stuff is assigned to this desktop audio 2, which was unmuted. So to introduce you
Ah,
again, this is Jake, aka JDN is cool. And we're gonna read some Doom Eternal
go.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure love technical difficulties, don't you?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You know how it goes.
Right.
So
Continue
anyways,
game.
to answer your question, yeah, I have played battle mode with my brother and my friend,
Cool.
and kind of crushed every Slayer that we came across. So
Fair enough.
I haven't played as a Slayer yet, although I do want to though. So I think I'm gonna try
Mm.
that out this weekend.
Yeah, fair enough. I haven't tried it at all yet. I just, uh, I just sort of haven't. Because I've been playing the campaign. What difficulty did you first complete it on?
Um, right. I played most of it on ultra violence, but I had to tone it down at a couple sections,
Mm.
at a few parts. But yeah, for the
Yeah.
most part, I played it on like ultra violence, I'd say.
Yeah,
I
fair
don't
enough.
know.
Yeah.
I mean, the game said I did it on ultra violence, so I'm just gonna say that.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, I just played on I'm Too Young to Die because I'm a bit of a wuss.
Not even on Hurt Me Plenty.
Well, no, I didn't because I kind of primarily forgot to change that. And as you might have
Ah,
seen in my scenes, I was getting a little heated at times.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
I thought if I set it any larger, I'd get too heated. And I was already too
You
heated as
know,
it is. So,
yeah, no, it's like the first time I fought the Marauder. I was kind of disappointed because he was just really easy. I mean, I guess that's because like I mean, like I've seen like the promotional material
Mm,
when they've shown him off, so I guess I kind of knew what to expect and how to fight him.
yeah.
But like still, I mean, experiencing myself, I thought it was gonna be a challenge, but not
Mm.
really. And then there's a strat that speedrunners use where they have the super shotgun and the ballista
Ballista, yeah.
as their like yeah as their like two
Mm.
main guns for a hot swapping.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can just pretty much rape him at that point, and like
Interesting
yeah,
choice of words. Yeah.
it loses like all the challenge once you know
Mm.
that strategy.
Yeah. I mean, I was mainly a super shotgun guy, but I think it was more my enemy management that I had problems with him with because I didn't really manage the rest of the enemies first. I focused on
Hmm.
him, so other enemies would sort of be messing with me and it would get a bit annoying. And also just, when I get heated, my vision is a bit clouded in the mental sense. So, yeah. But I actually really enjoyed the first encounter with him because his opening cutscene, I really love that when he's
Oh
first
yeah,
introduced. That is great.
yeah, same here. That was awesome.
Mm,
Yeah, I love that.
yeah. One
I
thing.
like how the
Oh,
oh
you,
sorry,
you
do you
continue.
want to?
You continue. Sorry.
Okay. Well, I was saying, it's like I like how the Slayer and the Marauder are just like circling each other and like sizing each other up. It's like
Mm,
that was super
yeah,
cool.
it's like two animals. It's pretty badass. And the
Right,
Marauder's voice is
exactly.
great.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, have you heard of a show called Has Been Hotel?
I've heard of it. I haven't watched it yet, but I've heard of it.
You should. It's pretty good.
Mm.
But
I've seen a few clips of it, like
yeah,
the
yeah.
bit with is it Alastor and Angel Dust, And what can you do,
Alistair,
my
yeah.
effeminate fellow? I can suck you dick.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, speaking of that, Alistair and the Marauder are voiced by the same person.
Wait, who is? Alastair.
Alistair and the Marauder
Oh.
and the Icon of Sin.
Oh, okay. I didn't know the icon had a voice, but cool.
Yeah, I actually know. Speaking on that, sorry about that. Just going off on that subtopic. It's like whenever like some like monstrosity has like just like roaring noises in like a video game or whatever. It's like I never really think of someone that's actually like voicing that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I don't know. It's weird. I think of it as like artificially made, but like I don't know. I guess not.
Yeah, I think the Slayer is you know that one guy that that's Night Sentinel that says something at one point when the Slayer arrives at a place. He and the Slayer are voiced by the same person.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah, I think he voiced some
like,
other people as
or
well.
whatever.
Yeah, I think he voiced some other people as well. I like in the ending credits how it showed a lot of people that were involved.
The devs, yeah, I saw that in your stream, yeah. Although I am disappointed that it was a sort of like just the traditional looking credits and not like the cool like sort of like 2016 credits where basically like where it showed like a screenshot and then that screenshot related to like what that person did in like the game. It's like that was so cool and like unique and you never really like see that and I don't know, like it just I don't know. It was just really cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. If with some knowledge, like for example that cut pistol weapon and some things in the game in general, it seemed like there was a little bit of time constraint problems with it. Because, granted, even they had to delay the game from whatever its original release was, like sometime in
4
September.
months, yeah.
Yeah, but even then, it seemed like there was some stuff that seemed a
well,
bit
here's
missing.
the thing. It's like they honestly needed to delay it more, in my opinion. But I'm glad they didn't because like when I was playing through the campaign, I would notice like some bugs with the demons, and I kind of sighed disappointedly, to be honest. And I mean, and now I get it. Like bugs are they're part of like every game. It's like when it ships, right?
Yeah.
You can't really avoid them, but I would have expected more of a polished game upon release, which I'm not saying it wasn't polished at all.
Yeah.
No.
It was quite polished in some areas, but still
very
like
much
bugs.
so.
Yeah.
But it's just that like there was like key like bugs like that were not quite subtle. And I was like, oh well, I wonder why they never fixed that. I mean, I guess I didn't figure it out, so I guess I can't really put too much blame.
Yeah.
But like one of the major bugs I've noticed is that the lost souls are just useless.
Oh yeah.
Like, I mean,
I remember one time it might have been on stream where I think one of the lost souls got stuck somewhere and didn't die, so just perpetually screaming.
Exactly.
Screaming in
like,
a stairway somewhere. I'm just standing there listening to it.
It's like, oh really? I didn't see that stream, but that must have been funny. But no, it's like they would sort of just get stuck on like walls and stuff, or they would just spin in circles, and it's like, yeah, okay, dude, I don't know what you're doing, but
yeah,
he's just vibing.
He's just vibing, yeah. I encountered a fair few bugs, but I just laughed most of the time when I saw them. Like one where I was sort of climbing in the air instead of on like one of the curved climbing surfaces. I just sort of got stuck and climbed in the air, but it was fortunately in between like 2 blocks anyway, so I didn't really end up breaking the map or anything.
Nice.
Another climbing glitch was when I jumped off one time. I think I showed it at the start of one of my streams, and the Slayer's you know how the Slayer sort of puts his hand out when he's sort of like jumping off, like aiming somewhere? Yeah, basically I lost my weapons, he was just doing that. But I could still punch. But then the second time I punched, I was just holding my fist in front of my face, and I couldn't punch anymore.
Yeah, that's a confirmed bug.
Yeah.
Hold up. I'll be right back.
Okay, got it. Alright. Well, let's wait for him to show up. We can have a look at how the demons infested the Earth. Like, they've infected America quite a bit. The UK's screwed. The UK is probably just like, no one lives on the UK anymore. Like, they just destroyed it. Australia has not been touched whatsoever. Quite a few areas of Africa as well. You know, when you look at it like this, I don't see how it managed to wipe out... Actually, no, I do kind of see how it managed to wipe out 80% of the Earth's population. Yeah, that's just the same image. It doesn't change at all. It would have been interesting to see if it had gone down or something. I think I might have read that one time on stream. I'm not sure. But anyway, we've got a fair bit to read for Story of Earth. Except for, Richardson stuff. Fair stuff for the Story of the Sentinels. Fair bit of stuff for Story of Hell. and a little bit for the story of the makers. It's very interesting. How barges.
Right. I'm back.
Oh, hello.
So, what do you want to start with lore?
Well, let's just start with the story of Earth, the remaining Earth populations.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I didn't really. I don't think I snagged those ones.
Mm.
I didn't snag the Turn of Samuel Hayden either, so I'm interested in seeing those.
Yeah. Okay. So, what was that? The story of Dr. Hayden stuff. Or yeah. Okay. We can go to have a look at that in a bit then.
Sure.
Just looking at the demonic invasion. It seems like very. How many did it say it wiped out? Like 80% or something.
60,
60.
but
Yeah. 60. If you just look at like the map, it doesn't seem like that. There are quite a few gaps. Like they haven't touched Australia at
Right.
all.
Exactly. Australia's like untouched.
Yeah, they're just like, oh, there's
Which
too
is
many like bugs
weird.
and stuff there. We'll just leave that alone.
Yeah,
Every
right.
team was collected like, someone else will deal with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are like some places in like South America, Africa, and like, is that Russia? I think.
Hang on. Where's the UK on the map there?
The UK is
Not
just
too.
Actually, if you look at my stream, I should have the cursor around where it is. We are dead,
Yeah.
basically. We are completely screwed.
Oh, I see. So you're like around there. So wait,
Yeah.
so right now you're pointing out like Ireland, I think that is, right?
Ireland's off
something?
to the left a little bit.
Right. Well, whatever. Close enough.
Yeah, close enough, yeah. Like, Ireland, the UK, we've just been consumed completely.
Yeah, America is totally screwed.
Yep. I mean, of course it is. In any sort of monster film, America just always gets screwed. It's like America's the main part of the world or something. Like, the demons who are just,
yeah.
like, orchestrating this, like, right, whatever happens, we have to screw over America.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And the UK was just so small, it wasn't really much of a feat. Yeah. Right, let's have a bit of a read of what it says with remaining human populations. Nearly 60% of the planet has been consumed by the demons, with a rate of expansion increasing each day. The majority of the world population died in the first month of the Hell invasion, following the catastrophic failure of virtually every man-made system. So, did everything just sort of fail? Just consecutively? Just all went...
I guess. I actually heard. I'm not sure if this is like in the original Doom 2 or both. I could be getting the games mixed up, but I heard that a lot of the human population was like cryogenically frozen or whatever. I'm not sure if that was in the original Doom 2 or in this one, and like just sent like into like a space station until the demonic invasion was over. Maybe that was the original Doom 2. I'm not quite sure.
It might have been. I don't know.
I don't know. I heard that something like that happened.
Yeah. So welcome to the stream, Dorina Guzmari in the chat. I don't know how you pronounce your name, but hello. Right, anyway. Military response was immediate, but only marginally effective at providing safe retreat to civilians, with many fortified locations cut off from outside communication. Facing overwhelming opposition, these makeshift fortresses have gradually fallen to the growing demon presence one after the other. Large portions of the Earth's surface have become uninhabitable, with swarms of demons scouting the globe, and most regions suffering from an atmosphere that has become infected and poisonous by a process of some form of alien terraformation. So that's interesting, because they're also, like, terraforming the environment a little bit. Which, you know.
Yeah. You saw that in the Super Gore Nest level.
Yeah. So it's like a different version of glassing, where instead of just making it barren, you're making it more inhabitable, but only for the demons. Yeah. There's two memes I've seen.
What's it?
Sorry, you continue.
No, you got you. You're talking.
Okay. The two memes I saw, because people are going like, April couldn't be any worse. And then just April comes along. It's like, it's either going to be glassing or demonic invasion.
Right. We have World War III potentially outbreaking.
Yeah.
The Australian wildfire, coronavirus, and now a demonic invasion.
Yep. Demonic presence at unsafe levels.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
No, but like, what's really interesting, what I want to discuss with you is go back.
Oh, sorry. The text or the image?
No. Go to the story of the Sentinels.
Story of Sentinels. Let's go over to that. Wait, hold on.
I'm not sure if... Huh?
Sorry, Story of Sentinels, did you say?
Yeah, Story of the Sentinels. And, scroll down. I think it's part 2.
Part 2. Okay.
Yeah, part 2, Sentinel History.
Yeah.
It's right below. No, it's Sentinel. Yeah, there you go. Sentinel History. Wait, no. No. Try 3. I think it's 3. Sorry.
Okay.
It might be 3 or 4.
3 or 4. What are we looking for?
4.
4. Okay. Are we looking
It's
for
gotta
the?
be 4. It's gotta be 4. Yeah, there we
Okay.
go. There we go. There we go.
Okay.
View the image. It's like I like so like that's even more confirmation that that's like the original Doom guy.
Yep. Pretty much.
It's like no, but like it's so cool like that
Mm.
like I guess this is how the Sentinels found him. I guess they sort of like took him prisoner until they knew who he was or whatever. And
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like he just looks like really just beat up.
Yeah. I mean, he's probably been fighting demons for a long time. I've heard of it's basically
no,
from
right?
Doom
But, like,
64, where he just trapped himself in hell to keep fighting demons.
right, but like this is like the coolest like lore image in the entire Codex, or one of them, in my opinion. It's like his helmet visor's even cracked. Like
Yeah. Which isn't shown, well, not to that degree in game when they show his helmet. He's wearing this when we found him. It's got a
Right.
crack on it, I believe, or like a scar on the mask, but that looks like an actual, like, a bit of it is cracked off of the visor,
right.
which isn't in the game, so that's interesting. Or it could just be a bloodstain. A very conspicuous looking
Oh,
bloodstain.
right, true.
Yeah.
No, but like I don't know. I just find this image like a really cool, and I don't know. I mean, like like he's gonna be sent to the arena to be judged or whatever, because that's
Yeah.
like what happens in the Sentinel culture.
Yeah. They're basically just, like, Romans and,
Right, except
Yeah.
I think that in the Romans, the winner was killed too. I'm not sure.
Yeah. I think it depended on what the, Emperor said or something. He could either put his thumb up or his thumb down.
Right.
Yeah, Dozerino Guzmani has just said in the chat about how we've got a lot of pandemics with every year that's 20. 1720 pandemic, 1820, 1920, and in 2020. So,
Yeah, I saw that as well.
Yeah. But yeah, it's certainly a very cool pick, certainly. And also, like, you can see some, like, normal people in the background as well, which I think is pretty cool. Normal,
Oh yeah. Those are the Argenta citizens. Is that what their nation's called? Argenta?
I think so, something like that. And then one of the priests at the front. Can we tell which one that is? Whether it's Grav or...
That is De... I don't think it's... I think it's De Grenag.
Okay, let me see if it says anything in the entry about who it is. Doesn't seem to, no. We can read through the story of the Sentinels a bit later, but, you know.
I like how they call him the Outlander.
Yeah. The Slayer has so many names, like, good god.
Right?
Like, I'm not sure if you read the Arsenal, but they refer to like his super shotgun as the Diabolical Musket and Lucifer's Bane. Which, you know.
No, I didn't. I didn't read too much of the weapon lore yet.
Yeah. Well, there isn't really much lore in the weapons, just with some of it. Like, his arm blade's called the Doom Blade, which is pretty expectable, but also pretty cool. I think the most lore is actually probably in the super shotgun, really. Where there's like that's something from what's called the Ungmar Codex. It says, the sting of the Slayer's abominable arsenal casts fear into the lowest of our kin. Its blazing barrels of brimstone spew his vitriol and loathing upon us, and cast our brethren to the dirt. Mark the venom of his chosen apparatus of agony, the diabolical musket, Lucifer's bane. Its claw of pig iron gouging the flesh of the martyr and hurrying him upon us. Curse the name of his beloved treasure. Curse the hell walker's device of torment. We shall cast it into the smelter and gild his entrails with the slurry.
I like how they still refer to him as the Hellwalker. That's like one of his coolest names.
Yeah, there's
honestly.
I'm in the fortress, so there's one of the comics that's titled Hellwalker as well, if I can find that again.
Oh, really?
Yeah, one of the comics is titled.
Yeah, it's down below. It's one level down.
Yep.
That's where his personal quarters are. Right?
Yeah. I always get lost in the Fortress of Doom.
No,
So,
right. It's definitely a much bigger place than I expected.
Yeah. Where was it? I believe. Yeah, here. Let me got that over. Yeah, Hellwalker. From
Oh, yeah,
Comic
I
Book,
see
just
that.
just on these pizza boxes. Yeah. Through which
Cool.
apparently there are some like Daisy Easter eggs where you can like see Daisy in some of the levels. And apparently,
yeah.
if you find all of them, she shows up in this rabbit cage.
I never heard that rumor, but
Yeah.
that does sound plausible. That'd be cool though. Although Although I'm not really sure how the game like tracks you at finding her, because like there's no
Yeah.
like notification or pop up or whatever. It says,
Yeah.
"Oh hey, you found Daisy."
Yeah.
No, actually, turn around and go to the bookshelves.
Yeah. There's a lot of references
Uh,
here.
no, I know, but go to the bookshelf because there's actually a Destiny one. I'm not sure if you caught it or not.
Oh, where is it?
Okay. Yeah. Zoom in.
Yeah.
Let me look.
I love the Duke Nukem reference. Why I'm So Great Part 2 by Dork Norcom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's the Spear of Destiny.
A
A
post-war
post-war deconstruction.
deconstruction.
I think that's a Destiny reference.
Yeah.
Because Hugo Martin's mentioned a couple of times that he really likes playing Destiny.
Yeah, I saw in one of the streams, so I think you linked to me.
Yeah,
quite
so I
liked
think
it.
I think the Destiny one. They
Yeah.
have Half-Life, Mesa Monthly.
Yeah, May Signs Monthly. There's a reference to Markiplier's dad here, where it's How to Comb Your Mustache by Clifton M. Fishbach. Because I was watching his playthrough, and he mentioned that that's a reference that they told him they put in, but they didn't actually tell him what it was. They just told him it was a book somewhere.
That's crazy.
Yeah. The Dork Norcom one. I think in the book. No, it's not in the book. In the games, he mentions that he wrote a book called Why I'm So Great, and it's Why I'm So Great Part 2. So, you know.
Oh,
yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah. And also some of the book grants, like I've got Demon Farm instead of Animal Farm. I didn't realise that one. 1984, which is 1,984 dead demons. The Caco in the Rye. Oh, I love it. There's also like the classic, well, not classic, but 2016 Doom collectible.
Oh yeah.
If they made these comics real comics, gonna be honest, I'd buy them. Like, that guy on the cover looks really cool. Yeah. Right, let's get back to reading some of the Codex, shall we?
Sure.
Yeah. Right, let's see what it says with this. Not a whole lot with remaining human populations. Although several 100,000 more were safely evacuated out of orbit in the mass exodus following the invasion, the expected odds of survival is considered unlikely for many of these lifeboats carrying cryogenically frozen passengers. So there we go, cryogenically frozen passengers.
Yeah, I told you.
Yeah. Religious iconography and communes are now commonplace among survivors, with a collective perception of events taking on a biblical nature. Many seek authority from a higher power to rationalize the sudden destruction of their world, believing these events represent a form of divine punishment. Dorina Guzmari asks, how much do you guys upload? I'm not sure if Jake is on a separate channel. I'm sure I'll link that at some point when I update the description. I don't upload very much. I live stream a fair bit, but it's all infrequent.
Yeah, right. Same. I don't upload too much. Just whatever.
Yeah. Made a funny Doom Eternal meme very recently, didn't you?
Oh yeah. Yo, funny story about that.
Yeah.
My friend, I think he was playing Doom as well. I forgot.
Yeah.
But that was totally unplanned. So we were both in Xbox party chat together, and he just basically said, "Oh yeah, I've been killing a lot of niggas today," and it just so happened to have that timed right as the Slayer walks into a Urdak or whatever.
Yeah.
And what's funny is the 2016. So anyways, my friend is named Andrew for context. So what's funny is Andrew's preferred suit to play in Doom Eternal is the 2016 Praetor suit.
Yeah.
So I guess that made it even more funny to that I was the 2016 suit at the time of that when he said that. I don't know, but he got a real kick out of it when he saw that.
Yeah. I had an idea of like if I ever found out, 'cause you know there are like a lot of edits of the Doom Eternal logo often make it say like Animal Crossing New Horizons.
Oh yeah.
If I could ever learn how to make an edit that good, I'd edit it so it says I've been killing a lot of niggas today. Just edit your videos. Just welcome Seraphim, and then that just comes on screen like it's a title reveal.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
That'd be funny.
Yeah, I'll have to look into enhancing my graphic design skills.
Yeah, right. Do that someday.
Yeah. Right, so the Samuel Hayden stuff you wanted to read, which just a return of Dr. Samuel Hayden, or?
Why? Let's do both parts. I mean, I've heard them both like kind of like summarized, but not really like word for word. So
right.
I
That's a
wanna,
cool
like, see
image. He just got the Crucible just in this like council.
Yeah, so like I don't know, so like, I'm not sure if that's supposed to be like the United Nations or what, but like that's still like really cool.
Yeah, I mean there's all the flags in the background, so I'd imagine it's United Nations. Yeah, he was like,
No,
hey, look
right,
at this cool
right.
trinket I found in hell. Yeah.
No, but like I don't know. It's like I find it cool how Hayden is not really like I guess like as a bad guy as he thought he was in
Mm.
2016 because he's like, oh, I need the Crucible to
Yeah.
continue our work.
Yeah.
Because people have been saying that I guess they sort of like compared these two images, and
Mm.
I guess like due to the implied like time frame, I guess like Hell is already invading at the end of Doom 2016. I mean, I don't know if that's true or not, as that some
Mm.
people have been saying, which is why Hayden like so desperately need the Crucible. I don't
Mm.
know, but
Well, maybe if we read this, we'll find
yeah,
out.
yeah, sure.
So let's give
Let's
it a
read it.
read. The
Sure.
destruction of the Argent Wellspring on Mars meant chaos for planet Earth. Following the loss of communication between Earth and Mars-based facilities, the collapse of the Argent-dependent energy grid consumed the planet in crisis. It was during this time that UAC Director Dr. Samuel Hayden suddenly resurfaced on Earth before the AN Council, wielding that which might offer salvation to mankind, the Crucible. After recounting the events that had transpired on the Red Planet, Hayden agreed to cooperate with the AN, providing access to the various UAC facilities on Earth, and by extension the full range of technologies to his disposal. Paramount among these was the Crucible, the last remaining source of Argent energy in existence. It doesn't mention anything about the demons attacking just yet. It still mentioned that he's a UAC director, so I'm not sure if it's going to mention when he leaves the UAC, or if he's kicked out, or whatever happens there. But, yeah. I feel like that was something I was going to say about this, but I've completely forgotten. Anyway, let's see what part 2 was about. Actually, is there anything else we can extrapolate from this? Basically, it just seems like, hey, look at this cool thing, we can use it to save our energy crisis, blah, blah, whatever. I'm not the villain of the story. Right. And here's him probably giving his great speech. Oh, this says ARC, so, this might be when the actual invasion starts, maybe. Or maybe he leaves and sets it up beforehand, like he's anticipating it. So let's read and find out.
Sure.
Believing it possible to solve the energy crisis which now devastated the planet, Dr. Hayden sought to invent a method of Argent synthesis, a synthetic replication that could recreate the high-yield capacity of Argent energy. With the destruction of the Argent energy across the solar system, all that remained of Argent existed now within the Crucible, the fabled Hell artifact which Dr. Hayden had acquired on Mars. Knowing full well the Crucible's hidden power, Samuel devised a method to utilize the artifact as an Argent conductor, a process that would in time produce a miracle of synthetic man-made Argent energy, restoring the production of Argent energy to Earth. Hayden became a mythical figure amongst Earth survivors, in no small part due to his abnormal physical condition. Having returned to Earth when most sought a means to escape, bringing with him a crucible that would grant the people a second chance at survival. For the common person, he had become the stuff of legends. Yeah. I'm not sure if you've heard about this. Not sure if it's a theory or literally confirmed anywhere, but Hayden may or may not be the Seraphim.
Actually, no. Hang on. I was gonna bring that up, but hang on. So I guess like that does confirm that Earth, I guess, was sort of being attacked when
Yeah, it does mention
at the end
that.
of 2016.
Or it could just be saying that people were getting off because of the energy crisis and they were looking for energy elsewhere.
Oh, right. Okay.
It could be either of them, really.
That's a fair point. Yeah.
Yeah, because the ARC's here, it could very well be that Hell started invading a little bit.
No, but I wanted to bring up that point about Samuel Hayden being Samuel Maker, the Seraphim. I mean, there's a lot of hints that are definitely implying that. If you'll notice, in the flashback when the Doom guy gets blessed by the divinity machine.
Yeah.
Wait,
excuse me. Did you just call it a vending machine, or did I mishear you?
No, I said divinity machine. I just said it quite fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. This nigga went to divinity machine and got like flaming hot Cheetos. Okay, yeah. No.
The flaming hot Cheetos of power.
Yeah, right. You know that's how he got the divine strength and speed.
Yeah. Here, hey, have hot Cheetos. Okay then.
Yeah. No, but seriously though, but no, when the Slayer got blessed by the divinity machine or Doom guy, whatever you want to call him now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So basically, like, before he got in, the Seraphim said, I offer you a gift. Take it. It will give you strength, help you on your journey.
Yeah.
That's exactly what Hayden says in 2016 when you first meet him and when he gives you the Argent cell.
Yeah.
When you first meet him on the over the phone or whatever, and he explains the invasion and everything. An Argent cell pops out in front of you, and Hayden says, "It's a gift. Take it. It will give you strength, help you on your journey."
Yep.
Also, they are of the same voice actor as
Yep,
well.
I noticed
so,
that as well. Yeah. One thing I noticed with the image here for this, right? Look at Hayden's shadow. You can see if there's his shadow. There's something sort of like on the back or something sort of casting a shadow. So it makes it look like he's got wings in the shadow.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Yo, that's cool.
I'm not sure if that's
That's really
intentional,
interesting.
but if it is, that is a great bit of detail.
That's a great bit of like foreshadowing or whatever. That's interesting. Now, hold on. Actually no. I don't. It might not be intentional because look at the floodlights. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at the floodlights and look at their volumetric beams, and then look at the beams behind them.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It could be intentional, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't think it was necessarily intentional, but knowing that he is, it is cool. But then again, the Seraphim in like Legends and stuff had like 6 wings or something, or like multiple pairs, more than 2. But you know, yeah, it could be foreshadowing, it might not be.
What I really like about the Urdak lore entry, it's the first one in the Urdak section, where it pretty much said like that Urdak has influenced all religions of what heaven or paradise is, which is cool. Which pretty much confirms that Urdak is heaven. Which I mean, the devs did say that, but and they also said that it is like the universe's parallel opposite of Doom's hell, which also confirms it. Which I'm glad because I was in a YouTube comment debate where someone's like, "Oh, Urdak's not really heaven, it just appears." I'm like, dude, like, have you read the lore entry, man? Like,
I guess you can consider him officially owned now.
yeah, right.
Yeah, I don't get in YouTube dialogues a whole lot, but that's because I'm not very good socially. Anyway, while we've mentioned the Urdak thing, let's read that while we're here.
Sure, sure.
Wrong button. Right. Urdak. This is Urdak, the homeworld of the Makers. A brief age analysis of the structures and architecture here indicates that this world is older than any other in our databases. Similarities can also be drawn to multiple pan-galactic regions, indicating that the Makers' influence was not limited to Argent Drenduh, and that over eons their influence has spread across the galaxy, and potentially the universe. Some imagery is akin to religious icons in the Orion Cygnus arm of the Milky Way, an area which includes Earth. The name Urdak is common tongue in the Maker language, but can be approximately translated to the word for paradise or heaven in hundreds of different languages, further cementing the theory that the Makers have had a religious impact on mortal beings for millions of years. Despite their seeming godliness, the Makers have a past. At some point in their ageless history, there is mention of the Father. Am I the Father, Dr. Hayden? I didn't understand what that was because I hadn't read the lore at that point. I just heard, "Am I the Father, Dr. Hayden?" I was just like, what's going on?
Yeah, same. Also, I'm going adding the theory that that Samuel is the Seraphim.
Yeah.
So like basically like when you go back to hell, to the city of Necroville, right? He seems to know a lot about hell itself.
Yeah.
Although I guess that can be attributed. A counterpoint to him not being the Seraphim could be, I guess, that he has lots of prior knowledge from making a lot of trips into it.
Maybe.
Back in 2016. So I guess. But what really set me off my first time playing, and I guess that sort of made me think, wait a minute, he might be a Seraphim. When I was playing through Blind, is he has a lots of knowledge of Urdak. Like, and also like he explains that that innocent people can never be sacrificed under then a pause and then different leadership. And he says that with like a bitter tone in his voice.
Yeah.
And he explains that the soul machines are unholy and that they have to be destroyed, which is very weird for a robotic construct to say. You know what I mean?
I mean, one thing about him being the Seraphim that doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but he would have probably already known, to go for the Crucible instead of just using Argent energy in its own form, because he seems to quite like the people of Earth, at least in his Hayden form. So, like, it wouldn't make sense for him to, like, do Argent Energy if he knew that it used the suffering of humans. Although, he did mention different leadership, so maybe he's just thinking of, the souls of the impure and whatnot.
Well, hold on. Wait. So like what like level is this? Like just so I get a context because the
Right,
Necroville part
it was in one of the
because
Necrovol parts. They
well yeah
mentioned
right.
just talking about how it uses the souls of humans to power
Uh-huh.
Argent Energy and stuff. I just feel that because of his, like, how much he seems to quite like the Earth and the humans, it doesn't really make sense for him to go for Argent Energy in the first place instead of just going directly for the Crucible.
No, right. I mean, it definitely feels like a lot of stuff from 2016 was retconned.
Yeah.
Um, without explanation too,
Mm.
which I don't really like. I mean, so it's like you can, in my opinion, you can retcon something, but you have to explain it in a way that makes sense as to why it's like it's different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. For example, like a retcon that I noticed is Argent Energy. So in 2016, there was the Argent Energy filters with Hell Energy being red, and then it goes to like a man-made filter, and it turns into like blue Argent Energy or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And then in Doom Eternal, like Argent Energy, I guess is only converted from souls or whatever. So it's like, what is it? It's like which method
I
creates
think
Argent Energy?
maybe my idea is souls are used to create Argent Energy as a thing, as a construct. So like, the souls actually are turned into Argent Energy, and then
Right.
Hayden's filters filtered it into a usable state for humans to use. Maybe it was, say, too powerful or too, like, sporadic for humans to use, but fine for, like, the makers to use. So that's why the filters existed.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, to counter your point, in Doom Eternal, it shows Argent Energy being blue without even going through a filter at all. But in Doom 2016, it's called Hell Energy at first as well, and it's
Yeah.
red.
Yeah.
So
And
I
I
don't
mean,
know. So I mean, like that's definitely a retcon. I mean,
yeah, I'd say
I
it
mean,
was.
and I wish that they somehow incorporated like a sensible explanation into it,
Yeah.
but I guess they didn't, which
Yeah.
kind of pissed me off. But
Yeah, I don't like retcons like that, but well, I don't like retcons in general, really. Like, there's one in a Dragon Ball, the anime slash manga franchise, with these things called the Patara earrings, which allow people to fuse. Originally in Dragon Ball Z, or the original Dragon Ball manga, technically, it was one, so it was permanent, so you shouldn't have been able to split once you fused. But then in Super, they
okay.
retconned it, so instead, it lasted for an hour. And basically, the reason they thought it was forever is that it's forever on godly beings. And on mortals, it's only an hour. And the gods of Universe 7 didn't know about it, but the gods of Universe 6 did. So,
Yeah.
stuff like that is kind of excusable, but, it still takes away from some of the magic of the original idea, in a way.
Yeah. I mean, like, I guess to be fair, it wasn't really explained how Hell Energy was like attained and transported. I guess in
Yeah.
2016. I mean, see, the thing is, in 2016, a lot of stuff was like bare bones, and then in Doom Eternal, instead of adding on to it, they just rewrote a lot of concepts, which
Yeah.
is okay, but to like a lore person like me, it really annoys me how they don't explain it. They just rewrite it without explanation.
Yeah. I mean, they probably just saw a bunch of holes in it and just thought, this probably isn't gonna work with what
Well, I
story
mean,
we
because the
want to
thing
tell.
is, it's like if Samuel Hayden is the Seraphim, which I'm pretty sure he is. I mean, like, how can he not be?
Yeah.
There's so many hints pointing towards it. So it's like if he supposedly actually cares about humanity and Earth and all that, um, so like why, like would he try and like be greedy for Argent Energy, knowing that they were just souls of the innocent in Doom 2016? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I mean that's another retcon, but yeah.
I think in some ways it wasn't necessarily selfish just for himself, it was for the human race. He wanted to use these souls to give back to the humans in a way. If you
On
think about
Earth,
it.
yeah.
Yeah. Because they couldn't use the fruits of their labour, of their existence, of their souls. So the Sama and Mako were just like, well, we might as well give it back to the humans, I guess. I don't know, though. Yeah, it does seem kind of retconny. Mm. So I like the idea that maybe he did some research and found out, if he wasn't the Seraphim before, maybe he did some further research in between 2016 and Eternal and found out that he used souls, and that turned him away from it and also the work of the UAC, and that's why he moved over to the ARC. I thought that would have been cool, but if he's Seraphim, that, doesn't really... Yeah. But I was getting all sorts confused. Oh, God.
No, but, what I thought was really cool the first time that we saw the Maker Angels on Sentinel Prime, when it says, like, welcome home, Great Slayer.
Yeah.
Like, I'm disappointed that we didn't get to fight them, though, and that we just fought those stupid-looking drones, though. Because, like, I feel like that because I feel like that the Maker Angels would be a sort of a heavier demon class, kind of like the Dread Knight or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like,
It's like, I mean, like it's like they'd be really cool to fight.
Yeah. Like,
they also look really cool. They have a really awesome design.
Yeah, they do. I love their designs. Kind of reminds me of another Dragon Ball reference, because I just love Dragon Ball. Sort of how the character of God Zamasu, basically a power-hungry god in training, then gains full god capacity. The Maker Angels have this sort of like ring halo behind them, and he has a sort of similar thing, but it's just a bit more over-designed. It's just a white hologram, if you will.
Yeah, I really like how the Maker Angels have that sort of halo around them.
I think that's probably the best way of doing a literal halo in godly figures. Welcome back, Drenduh Guzmari. Thanks for the sub, by the way. Another thing about the Maker Angels, the image for them, and just their thing in general, it feels like one of the demon ones. Like, if you go to the demons, they had this similar thing where they had general tips.
Like, what do you mean?
Right, if you go to demons in the Codex, you'll see that there's the, just the image of them. Just that demon. And then on some of them, there'll be one where you can view more of an image of it. Like for the ones here. And it shows sort of like an actual, like, character sheet. With the villains, it zooms in on the point of the weak point or something, and it's got a kind of similar thing for the Maker Angels one. So maybe they were meant to be enemies at some point. They do look kind of threatening with those sharp teeth, but they might have been cut or something, similar to how we didn't have a Tyrant cutscene to introduce a Tyrant or a boss battle with him. He just sort of appeared.
Oh yeah, right. That's right. The original Cyber Demon. Yeah.
Drenduh Guzmari has just asked, what is your favourite Doom game? I mean, at the moment, it's probably Eternal.
Yeah, same, Eternal.
Yeah.
Really love Eternal.
I do quite like the visual design of Doom 64, but I haven't gotten around to playing it yet, so, yeah. Maybe that'll be another thing I'll do on stream.
I got stuck on, like, the second level of Doom 64. I'm like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? Yeah. I don't know, I kind of stopped playing it for now. I might pick it up soon.
Yeah.
I kind of stopped playing Doom 2. Like, I don't know, Doom 2 just got kind of repetitive to me.
Yeah. With me, I don't think I've played through the full original Doom 2 thing. Also, you can play through
I did with the first Doom, with classic Doom.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can play him in Doom Eternal,
Yeah, you can play him on here. I think the second one, to play Doom 2, is some sort of cheat code or something. And with, yeah. Oh, speaking of while I'm on demons, I'm not sure if you've seen it, but the Marauders one, it also shows what they looked like before.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that.
I'm really surprised it's a full model as well. Like,
yeah, same,
maybe
right?
there was going to be like a flashback level thing, so you're actually playing against them, and it's basically the same gameplay style, but they look like this instead. Because I think it mentions some sort of like civil war. And they were torn between serving the Con Maker or revolting.
Yeah, it does in the Sentinel lore.
Yeah, so maybe that's why the model's there. Maybe they just thought, we'll show what they look like before. It's kind of cool.
But the thing is that, like, the original, like, loyalist Knight Sentinels, like, loyal to Argentina, all those ones, like, died out.
Yeah.
I think. And the only ones left are the ones who are loyal to the Hell Priests.
Yeah. Yeah, very... Yeah. Let's just... I was reading Urdak before he got distracted talking about the father and whatnot, so I'll just, let's just finish that off.
Sure.
Mention of the father, a logical alien entity that endowed the Makers with a vast knowledge and technical ability. Analysis of Maker artifacts and scripture indicate that the father may have been a singular being that split to form the Maker race, or instead transferred his incalculable power into the vast structure known as Urdak, which then birthed the Makers in perpetuity. It seems that the Makers, though exceptionally long-lived, eventually suffer some form of biological and mental degradation, at which point they undergo a process known as the Transfiguration, wherein they allow a voluntary death and resurrection somehow tied to the Father. This process may have been complicated or damaged in the recent past. There are no records of how the Father came to the Makers when it was first discovered, or if it had any physical form before the Makers. The first mention of the Father is in regard to a building named the Luminarium. It was a temple of sorts, where Makers would go to seek answers. The essence of the Father was stolen by one of their own, by a Maker referred to as the Seraphim. Who the Seraphim is, or what he did with the Father's consciousness, is unknown. He probably plugged it into Vega. Records show that one day the Luminarium simply ceased to communicate, and that a deep scan of its databanks revealed no remaining trace of the entity. Urdak itself exists in an anchor state, utilizing highly advanced dimensional shift technology to allow a static position at a sub-quantum level. This essentially inverts their position in relation to Hell. Both planes of existence are fixed outside the bounds of a known universe, a lower and higher reality. The Con Maker oversees all within Urdak and now utilizes Argent energy to prevent the transfiguration, because without the Father, I suppose they can't really have their physical bodies reincarnated, can they?
No, I guess not.
Yeah. So the Father is basically God, to put it simply. If we're talking Christian law, what's the technical term? Yahweh, I think. I don't know. There's
something like that.
Yeah. And then the Seraphim stole a bit of him. Well, they stole his essence. I'll take that. And then I imagine he might have used it if, Seraphim and Hayden probably used that to make Vega, which is why am I the Father, Dr. Hayden.
Maybe that's an explanation to why Vega is a super advanced AI too. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And then maybe how we could somehow still live on even without all of the huge cooling things and stuff in the Slayer.
Well, I mean, not really, because all you have to do is just you can create a backup USB drive of Vega. So I'm sure that's more of a technological thing than divine higher power type ability thing.
Yeah, that's probably it.
Yeah.
Drenduh Guzmari have asked, have you completed Doom Eternal? I have played through all the story on the lowest difficulty because I'm a scrub. But yeah, I've completed all of the gameplay.
Yeah, same here.
Yep. You can view it on the rest of my channel, but I'm going to make it unlisted and put it in the original streams stuff, because, going to be honest, not my finest moments, to say the least. I get very angry and I'm not very proud of it, so, maybe
I still like how they made Doom Guy the Doom Slayer as well. How they actually confirmed that.
Yeah. I think
cool.
I remember them mentioning that they're going to explain the Slayer's backstory. So basically, they had to confirm or deconfirm that in whatever they were doing. So I think when they revealed the Betrayer as a separate character, that was what cinched it in my mind that okay, he's probably the original Doom guy.
Yeah. But I don't know. It's I just really like those flashback scenes, especially when Doom Guy talked.
Yeah,
it's that was cool. Was cool.
I have a bit of a theory. Maybe his helmet mutes him. Maybe he's constantly yelling about ripping and tearing, even though his body's language is really calm. And so he's just made his helmet so it just mutes him so nobody can hear him just screaming in raw rage. Oh, God. I mean, in the Doom comic where Rip and Tear first came from, he's only screaming like that because he's under the influence of Berserker. And then he tries to go for a cyber demon, and then it runs out.
Yeah,
and then he starts talking like a more sane human being, not fully sane, but
Yeah, except with weird, awful '90s dialogue.
Yeah, he sounded a bit up his own arse, gonna be honest.
Yeah, right. Kind of like Duke Nukem or whatever.
Yeah, it works for Duke Nukem because he's always been like that. With the Slayer, I think he's better as the
definitely.
Yeah, I think with the Slayer he's better as the more quiet guy. I'm fine with him speaking, but I think it should be like Whisper the Wolf in the Sonic comics, the newer ones at least. She only speaks at a louder volume for either really important stuff or when she's really angry. Drenduh Guzmari has just asked, I did it on the hardest difficulty. Well done. And also, what do you think of Goat Satan, aka the final boss, the Icon of Sin? I'm gonna call him Goat Satan from now on.
I was disappointed that we didn't use the Doom Guy's mech for like the
Yeah.
first phase,
Yeah, I was really
maybe.
disappointed in
You know
that
what
as
I
well.
mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I would have figured like that since like he's all giant and he has a body now or whatever, he's
Mm.
walking around. I figured that like that Doom guy's mech would have been fully like built
Yeah.
or repaired or whatever,
Yeah.
and we would have had like
Mm.
some colossal battle or whatever. It's like that'd be
Yeah.
cool.
That would have been badass. I imagine it was probably meant to be in there because Hugo keeps going on about how much he loves mechs. So I imagine it was meant to
Yeah,
be in there,
right.
but it probably would have taken too much resources and maybe they couldn't figure out the gameplay wise. Because to have a giant mech moving around at Slayer speeds would be kind of hilarious and a bit too stupid. Like you just have him
Hey,
dash and he just destroys like a whole like damn like town.
yeah. Hey, I actually gotta go, but thanks for
Ah,
having me for the time
all
that I
right,
was
no
on.
problem,
It's
man.
fun.
Yeah, it's very
All
fun
right,
to have you
yeah,
here. Yeah, maybe we'll do
yeah, man.
something like this. Talk about this the law sometime later if you want.
Yeah, sure, sure. All
Yeah.
right, later, man. Have a good
All
one.
right. See ya. Bye bye.
Later. Bye.
Right. Well, that is that's him gone. That's Jake gone. I'll add his channel to the description. But yeah, big thank you to him for joining the stream. Still going for a little bit longer, so you don't need to worry about me ending just yet. But I'm only really just going to be reading the stuff and talking about it. So, did we read Dr. Hayden's thing? I don't think we did read his thing, so let's read that while I'm here. Believing it possible to solve the energy crisis with... Wait, hold on. No, we definitely read that. Yeah, we read that. Never mind. But yeah. I'll just go on to adding his description to thingy there. Right. Right. Let's maybe consider we started with Story of the Makers. We might as well finish some more of that. We read through all of Urdak, so let's look at the Khan Maker. Every 10,000 years, the collective Maker consciousness, known as the Singularity, births a Khan Maker, a supreme being destiny-bound to lead all of Urdak until the next Khan is born. The Singularity, which contains the conscious soul data for every Maker that has ever lived and died, processes and refines this data as a means of selective evolution. As hierarchy of the conscious neural matrix, to which each Maker is interconnected, it is physically impossible for a Maker to refuse the collective order of shared consciousness and disobey a Khan. This system has functioned without error since the creation of Urdak until now. The disappearance of a father, the Makers are incapable of creating a successor to the Khan lineage, allowing the existing Khan to hold a claim to the throne indefinitely. That's kind of interesting. So the Makers are sort of all this one singularity. So every Maker is like reborn into Khan. That's. But what to say about the Makers? Right. Hierarchy of conscious neural matrix. So a Maker consciousness can't deviate from Khan, I believe. I just think of a Star Trek guy when I think of that. Khan. Yeah. Let's see what's up with the Maker angels. How do they work? Because they can't be makers then, if they'd just be angels. These revered figures serve as speakers for the Khan Maker, earning positions of leadership and high esteem within their species. Angels of Urdak are gifted with orator rings, golden halos fused to their armor as a symbol of their status and rank. These divine beings occasionally gather in conclaves or at the summons of a Khan Maker, but typically do not work together, instead being assigned as independent advisors and overseers amongst Khan Maker-controlled worlds. So the golden halos are the orator rings, a symbol of their status and rank. So, are they just created by the Makers then? They're not makers themselves, are they? Also, look at his hands, right? Those hands, very similar to when we see the Seraphim in the flashback cutscene. Those hands are basically the same, so we know that the Seraphim is one of the Maker angels. He's just wearing a robe. But you wouldn't have been able to see that there, so maybe he wasn't like a high level one. Or maybe he'd already like escaped and was in hiding, hence the robe. Yeah. Kind of a shame he doesn't have those 6 wings though. Right, well now we know about the story of the Makers. Let's go back to reading a little bit more of the story of Earth. I believe I read... Oh, wrong button again. I also got some more toys than the last streams I've been doing. Wrong button again. Right. The new ones I got the Baron of Hell. Don't know why zooming is a thing for these very small figures. What else did I get new? I don't think Cyberbank was new, but the Doom Hunter was a new one I got playing off of stream. Dread Knight, I think, as well. Gargoyle I got. Gladiator. Gotta be honest, the Gladiator just seemed like a souped-up Marauder, which is something I should have mentioned back when Jake was with us. But, I feel like the Hayden? Oh my god. The Marauder would have been better as a reoccurring boss, like a rival character, instead of a boss that then becomes a super strong enemy. Hell Knight, Imp, Khan Maker, I think I got a while ago. Same as all of these, basically. Same as Marauder, Maker Drone. Pain Elemental, that's a new one I got. He's a big boy. He's a big boy. I don't think there's any other new ones. Yeah, that's it for new ones. Yeah, see? Okay, just the Kakos and Pain Elemental are just pretty big, but Pain Elemental is very big. What is Doom, guys? He's human or something else? That's a good question. I think if we're going off of the existing stuff, he is he's human, but he was granted power in the flashbacks. And while I'm here, there's a little Easter egg thing that I believe was patched out. But let me see if I can find it again. I'll probably be able to find it on Reddit. I'll see if I can get an image up of it to show you. Let's see now. My profile. That's not showing up on stream, is it? No. Okay, good. Saved. I'm not sure if I saved it or not. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I did, but, let me have a look, see if I can find it. Basically, there's an image of some people, some real people. Like, sort of like scarred, like, photo. Let me see if I can find it. Doom Eternal. I'm going to search up photo and see if that gets anything. It's probably just going to be, like, photo mode. Doom Eternal. Right. I'm going to search up ripped photo, maybe? That might help. Ripped photo. Basically, there's a photo that's torn up. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to find it again. But that was something that I believe was patched out by Daisy's cage. Probably around here. It was patched out. Maybe it was just moved somewhere else. But there was something, it seemed to be a ripped picture. Like some sort of, like, it was basically what was probably a father, a mother, and a child. And the father figure seemed to be ripped out. So there are a few different theories to this. Either that's the Slayer's family, and he had a family at some point. But the photo got ripped, or he ripped himself out of it. Or it's a picture of the Slayer's family, and he's the child. And the father might be an absent father or something, but he ripped out of frustration. So either way, I'm pretty sure he's just a human that was granted magical powers by the Seraphim in the little cutscene, where they plopped him in the cage thing. Yeah. Because one thing I'm surprised they didn't mention at all is the Wretch. He was mentioned in Doom 2016, but he was the guy who built the armor, the Praetor suit. So I don't think he's mentioned here. He might be somewhere, but you know, I'm not sure. Let's see what it says about Samuel Hayden while we admire this glorious picture here. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not sure how Hayden lost with the Crucible. That'd be something interesting to cover in one of the DLCs. Maybe covering just how he got destroyed. Because either he was overwhelmed by demons, which seems kind of likely, or because the Marauder just sort of spawns in. Maybe Hayden fought the Marauder and lost. Maybe that's why he was ripped up. Maybe Marauder fought him. And they're just like... Because it's... At the Ark thing, it seems as if he was, like, really suddenly destroyed. So maybe the Marauder knew the Slayer was coming. Maybe he tore Hayden up, was about to take the Crucible, and they're like, it sounds like the Slayer's coming. I guess I'll leave and then come back when he comes back. Or maybe the Maker just called him away. So maybe like, we don't have any need for a Crucible, just leave it here. Which was their first mistake. Anyway. In 2150, following the loss of communications between Earth and Mars-based facilities, UAC director Samuel Hayden suddenly resurfaced on Earth before the AN Council. I presume the AN is some sort of, like, United Nations thing. The demonic invasion of Earth had already begun. Maybe it's allied nations now. And Dr. Hayden had arrived just in time to provide aid. Oh, there we are. We got it confirmed then. But me and Jake were wondering about. The invasion had already begun on Earth. We got it here in Samuel Hayden's little thingy. Ooh. And Dr. Hayden had arrived just in time to provide aid. He supplied the resistance armies with Argent technology and advanced armament, taking helm of the newly formed ARC as lead director. Okay, so that shows how he left then. He wasn't kicked out, he just sort of left. The UAC was in shambles and became, you know, the cultists of, oh, gonna worship the demons and, you know, give up our souls, because that's them for you. Dr. Hayden's tactical and scientific acumen were invaluable to the war effort, and he was soon given full command over all resistance efforts by the Global Council. The ARC engaged the demons with bleeding-edge tech, exosuits, and heavy-frame battle mechs, but found themselves fighting a losing battle. Operation Hellbreaker was Samuel's final plan, a powerful counterattack that ultimately ended in failure. So you kind of know what happened then, with this bit that I just quickly read there. His robotic torso retrieved by ARC soldiers, Samuel is now tended to and monitored by a skeleton crew of scientists. They've been given contingency orders to safeguard his body along with the crucible obtained on Mars. So that might be just be saying that that's where it came from. But, you know. Yeah. I don't see why you're retracting all of your messages, or if that's just my internet glitching, but alright then. Seems a bit strange how those are all going away, but, you know, whatever, it's fine. I've read them all now anyway. Hey, just a little heads up for the future, maybe. Message retracted shows up in the chat when you delete your messages. Not sure why you delete them, but, you know. I'm sure you have your reasons. Anyway, so this is it's quite interesting there that it's Operation Hellbreaker. Also, Hellbreaker is such a badass name. Come on. Can like... Because he went from Samuel Maker to Samuel Hayden. When he rebuilds his body, can he just call himself the Hellbreaker? Like, rebuild himself in a souped-up body? There's, like, Slayer levels of power, because that'd be badass. Anyway. So that's interesting. It was Operation Hellbreaker that led to Samuel getting screwed. And then he was retrieved by ARC soldiers. It says Crucible obtained on Mars. It could just be referring to that's where he first found it. Or it could just be that it's saying, you know, that's what, that might be where Operation Hellbreaker took place. Oh yeah, I don't know. Does it allow you to... Oh, that's strange. You can't view the audio again. You can just read them for the logs that you find in game and stuff. Well, that's actually a lot more. I found it interesting that they mentioned the blood type in AB positive, because in yeah. All right, fair enough, Dorina. In some sort of Japanese media, when they have character bios, they'll often mention the blood type of the character. So it's interesting they decided to mention his blood type being AB positive. But yeah, this stuff basically makes it seem that he is a souped-up human, basically. So I imagine, to answer the question you asked earlier, which I've already answered again, my theory is, original Doom games, he's a human that just too angry to die, quite literally. The demons kill his rabbit. Unending rage. You know, most pet owners. But yeah, so that's what allowed him to get through. And then he realizes how bad the demons are, so he locks himself in hell in Doom 64 to just fight the demons perpetually until he dies. And then I presume he was probably on the brink when the Night Sentinels found him and captured him, as was shown in one of his Night Sentinel thingies. Which one was it? Part 4 or something. Yeah. So they found him and captured him. We don't really know how many Night Sentinels are there in the flashback cutscene, so maybe there was this many Night Sentinels with him when they brought him in on his knees. But he's standing up there, so maybe he tried to fight back. Because he doesn't really seem to have an issue with fighting humans, because he just sort of punches a guy in the face. Huh. I mean, thanks, Dorina, but I wouldn't say I deserve 100k subs. I'm not that good. But seriously, thanks. I'm quite happy to, you know, see that someone thinks that. So thank you, Dorina. I also, if I'm pronouncing your name wrong, I apologize. I'm bad with names in general. Right. What shall we read now? Final Sin. What's this about? Wait, what? Hold on. What's going on here? I'm confused. Wait. That was his human body. The betrayer. Where's the betrayer? Is there something about the betrayer somewhere? He might be in the Sentinels, maybe. The betrayer, the wolf, King Novic, the betrayer. There's an image of him with his hammer. I want to know what his helmet looks like, because I love helmets. Yeah, Goat Satan. Basically, he relinquished... Yeah, the betrayer of Argenta. Wait, so Commander Valen is the betrayer, I believe. He relinquished the keys to the elemental sepulchre in return for his son's resurrection, and haunted by demonic visions, the image of his son's tortured existence plagued him without relent, the whispers of demons pushing him toward madness. In a moment of weakness, same reason my ex dumped me, he fell prey to the demon's trickery, sealing the fate of Argentina and dooming the kingdom which he swore a lifelong oath to protect. Now, in Doom 2016, he's mentioned earlier, back in 2016, we didn't know if he was, we didn't know if he was the Slayer or not. But we know that the son was reborn as the icon of sin, aka Goat Satan. So what I think this is Goat Satan back when he was a Night Sentinel. This is him probably on his last legs before he was about to die. And then the betrayer, his father, was driven to madness and betrayed his people to try and bring his son back, and that brought him back as this thing. Well, I don't know why he's just in a wall. In Satan goat. Plot twist. Satan was the goat the whole time. This isn't even his final form. His final form is just a normal goat. He went from head in a wall to head in a body in a wall in Doom 3 to giant body in this to just a literal goat. That's his true form. Just a literal goat. Everyone in the Doom universe of importance is secretly a goat. Doomslayer is goat, Hayden/Seraphim is goat, Conmaker, just under all of that, goat. Speaking of which, Conmaker, from what I've heard, voiced by the same voice actress, but as a Sonic character from like one of the cartoons, Sonic Boom, Styx the Badger. So, Conmaker is the only one that isn't a goat. She's a badger. An orange badger for some reason. Oh, good God. Yeah, so it's interesting that it shows these aren't just like... Yeah, father is goat, Jesus. Yeah. Just all the important figures are secretly goats. The Slayer was a goat that was mutated into a human, and that's why he's so angry, because he just wants to go back to being a goat and frolicking in the fields. And then he got souped up into Slayer form. Yeah, it's really interesting how they use these 3D model stuff, like for what the Marauder originally was. Let's see if we can find anything else around here. BFG, we can see the full thing. I'm kind of ashamed the Slayer didn't just pick up the full BFG. Like, he didn't just pick up the full BFG 10,000 and take it with him. I feel like if the Slayer was to speak a little bit more, it would have been funny if he said his one line there, like before they're going to blow a hole through it. Hayden says, "You can't just blow a hole through the surface of Mars." And the Slayer says his one line, which is just, "Yes, I can." Oh, God. Right, let's actually read what it says about the final sin. The icon's presence warps reality, damaging the implicate order of our dimension merely by existing within it. So in other words, the icon of sin gets stronger the longer he stays on Earth. That's become a bit of a meme in the Doom subreddit. Yeah. The icon's presence warps reality. I've read that. If the icon is allowed to remain unchecked, it would lead to the total devastation of Earth, followed by a breakdown of space-time around the planet. So just... just blasted Mars into goat heaven. Oh, God. Wait. Right. Goat Simulator is the prequel to Doom. There we are. Goat from Goat Simulator is the Doom guy. Oh my God. But yeah, so just by Goat Satan existing, he warps space-time. You could throw him in anywhere, and he could just be like frolicking in the fields with his giant goat self, and he could just tear through space-time. I mean, that is pretty damn powerful, gonna be honest. He just exists and it fucks everything over. Oh my god, we are all goats. Dun dun dun. Yep, Doreena's got it sorted out. We are all just little tiny goats in human vessels. Oh my god. Right. I still need to finish reading this. The resultant black hole will eventually drag our entire universe down, casting it into the mouth of hell as conquest to be absorbed by the dark realm. For a goat, he's pretty strong. The Con Maker had taken measures to augment the Titan. That's why he's got the big body thing. Installing Maker technology throughout its structure to ensure it could be controlled. The ritual interrupted, the Icon is now fully unleashed, raging across Earth until hell consumes all. No longer bound by the heart of a betrayer's son, the Icon of Sin is free from any measure of control that the Makers might have once conceived. Only the Slayer, prophesied in Argenta legend to stand against the Icon, can stop this apocalypse. Goat Satan just creates black holes just by living, you know. He's just vibing and he kills everything. But maybe what I think about when his heart is at peace, when his mind is laid to rest, then his soul would be at peace, and so will mine. Maybe the Betrayer just like up and dies like a Star Wars Force ghost. when the Icon dies. He's just lying down and he just like disappears. Maybe that's what he meant with that. But that's probably what it was, when his heart laid at rest. So maybe when he's in his rampaging self, his heart and the mind of the sun has been laid to rest. And now it's just the body that's just going, I'm gonna destroy everything by vibing. Oh my god. Ow. Yeah. That's interesting. My throat's getting a bit hoarse from all of this. So, tell you what, I think I'm gonna end this here. I think we've probably been here enough. Yeah, I think I've been here for long enough. Just one last look around this place, because I love the personal quarters. This is my favourite part of probably the entire game. Oh, you just got the soul cube, like the strongest thing in Doom 3, just sitting on his chest. Chest? Whatever. I had a look at this in an earlier stream, so you know. That looks like the same flight carrier thing from, Doom 2016, like some sort of like personnel carrier. Yeah, one last look around here. So let's see how this stuff plays. Yep, that's the original Doom. The original Doom. Oh my god, do I have to play it like one of the old games? Hey, not too rough. How does this work? Do I use the mouse? I do. Oh, it just controls normally when I'm here. What was it? I think you can like sort of drift to gain speed as a classic Doom guy. So basically Doom has literal... Oh my god, it actually plays like just a classic game. Oh my god. Wow. Oh my god. This brings back memories, and I wasn't even around when Doom was... I wasn't even a thought in my parents' minds when Doom first came out. Hello, sir. Who needs to aim? Oh, no. This body here just looks kind of strange, you know. Looks kind of like the Hell Knight because of that skull. Alright, yeah, see ya, Dorina. I'm gonna end this soon. Tell you what, yeah, I'll just end this now. What happens if I quit game? What happens then? it's playing the music still. Oh, now it's stopped. Alright. Well, yeah. It's a good idea that I end this now. So I'm just going to exit to main menu so you can look at my glorious Doomacorn skin while I finish this off. Not sure if you're still around, Dorina. It still says 4 on there, so I'd imagine so. But, just to explain what's going to be happening with me in the future. Doom Eternal streams, I'll probably come back to read some more Codex, but not for a while, I don't think. So if you're expecting some more Doom Eternal content, it might be a bit until that happens. I'm sorry. If you look at the rest of my channel, you'll see if I do a bit of animation, but with Gary's mod specifically. I'm going to be doing some animating for that for an upcoming collab called Golden Sandwich Collab. TLDR, got one character, he's got golden sandwich, got other character, he wants a golden sandwich. He's chasing this guy. Yeah. I'm going to be animating something with that, where it's just some parkour, basically. They just do some parkour and one guy gets a grappling hook. Well, thank you. I'm glad you love the thing that I'm doing. So, yeah. Next stream, I'll probably stream me animating some of that. And then I'll probably come back to doing this again. It might take a few streams to finish the animation. But, yeah. I love the sparkle effects on the Slayer in the Doomacorn skin. What makes also interesting is his visor seems a lot more fogged out, which is kind of strange. I'll hopefully be able to level it up a bit more, because like later on you get this skin, Nightmare, which just looks cool on its own. It's a unicorn, but it's a black unicorn with red eyes, and it's pretty badass. But yeah, so that's going to end it for today. You can just look at this image of the of the Slayer just reading while Hayden fights off demons in the background. I've got a link to that on my DeviantArt page in the description. Did I even update that? I didn't actually. I should probably go and update that. 1 minute. YouTube.com. Go onto my channel. Oh, I'm glad to hear you do love Gary's mod, because I certainly do as well. Yeah. I mean, I've always there's been the opportunity for me to move on to SFM for animating, but I'm just more used to Gary's mod, so I just keep using that. Anyway, I've added the guy. I've added Jake from JDN is Cool. I've added his channel to the description, so you can check out his videos. I did a discussion thing with him, like trailer analysis, back before the game came out, and then they released even more stuff afterwards, like a few days afterwards. I was going to make a really over-edited video for that, but, you know, I kind of didn't get the chance. Because then the stuff released, and then it debunked some of the stuff, so I was just like, well, now I'm not going to do it. But, yeah. I didn't see your message earlier because it doesn't show up in like the normal chat because it said shit in the stuff. YouTube's weird. If it says shit, it will like block it from like the main view. But me as an administrator, I can see it. So yeah, cacodemon means shit demon in your language, which is, you know, that's pretty funny and quite ironic because, you know, to me he looks more like a meatball. But yeah, right. I'm gonna end this all here. So a big thank you to anyone who's watched, particularly you, Dorina Guzmari. I'll subscribe to your channel. I don't know if you upload, but I'm gonna. I don't know how I can view your channel, but let me see. Yeah, I can't just like open your channel, which is weird, but you know. Anyway. Yeah, well, I'll subscribe to you anyway, because, you know, like, the first, like, active person in my chat anyway, so, you know, I'll give you subscribe anyway, even if you don't upload stuff, it's fine, I don't, you know, care anyway. You're on, I've got a list of a million people I'm subscribed to anyway, so, you know, yeah, one more can't hurt. But yeah, thank you for sticking for all of this, Dorina Guzmari. Glad to, see you. I'm not sure if I'll be streaming tomorrow necessarily, but I know that sooner or later I'll be streaming some animation in Gary's mod. So, yeah, I think that's going to end it for now. Thank you for watching, Dorina Guzmari, and anyone else who may have been watching. Well, it's probably just my thing showing up as free, separate watcher thinking me doodads, for some reason. But, yeah, that's going to end it. So, thanks for watching. I'm Drenduh Tyrof, and I'll catch you on the flip side.